Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Araco TV titled Man Wears Gloves to Protect Himself from Bonnie Blue. I think this video is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Let's get right into it.
Now, Australian Aboriginals are the oldest Indigenous culture in the world. Do you know why there's so few of them? We killed them.
Yes.
We committed a genocide.
Why were we able to do that? Why were we able to do that?
What are you implying?
I'm just asking you the question.
Are you implying because we're better?
No.
What are you implying?
We were technologically far more advanced. That's what I'm implying. What's not clear about that?
She's acting like conquest never existed before. Yes, it's tragic, but it is a part of life and it is a part of history. People have been doing it to each other for literally thousands of years.
So you're saying...
I'm saying we were technologically more advanced. Would you
So you're saying we're
that?
superior to Australian Aboriginals?
That's quite the opposite of what I'm saying. I'm not saying we were superior. I'm saying we were technologically more advanced.
So how is that the opposite?
Superior implies a moral quality. I'm not making any moral implication. You seem to be, but
Okay.
what I'm saying is...
I think most people would hear it that way.
No.
Again, you're a very intelligent man. How would most people hear that?
Most people would hear what I'm saying for what I'm saying, which is...
Don't think they would.
It's funny how she insists on being able to speak for other people, but she refuses to accept the facts and instead chooses to get offended because she's being told that she's not right.
My mother's South America and I have Indigenous heritage. I don't see it that way.
So what's the point of this question then?
The point of this question is...
Is because we came in with our better gendered binaries and therefore we were able to kill them.
This is going to work a lot better if you just hear the point I'm making instead of getting...
I really cannot understand what it could possibly be other than we are better.
Well, let me explain it to you what it could possibly be. And
what's it got to do with the gender binary?
Your argument... We're just talking about the argument, and you seem to get quite heated about this, which is completely unnecessary.
She cannot go 7 seconds without the need to rudely talk over this man before he can get his point across. Then she takes his words, she twists them into something nonsensical, and then acts like she just owned him in a debate.
You think it's necessary?
I'm a bit stunned by what you're implying.
No, you're acting in a kind of passive-aggressive way, which indicates that you're not happy.
I genuinely am being 100% authentic. My visceral reaction to a white man sitting and saying to me, and why were we able to commit genocide on them? And then just pausing.
Yes.
That's because men actually take a few moments to collect their thoughts before saying something generally. They don't feel the need to just spew out emotional gibberish. That's not how a debate works.
Is very visceral to me.
Well, let's go back. First of all, it's interesting that you brought up my skin color because I thought that was the exact opposite of the point you're trying to make in the book. But anyway, let's come back to the argument.
You haven't read my book, so you wouldn't know what the point is.
You said that the point of your book is it's all about you can't say this as this person and whatever. But anyway, it doesn't matter.
You're very reductive. I thought you were a lot more intellectual than this.
I think this is very revealing, but let's come back to the argument. The argument you were making was that the Aboriginal society and other indigenous societies, as you call them, were more human because whatever reason.
She claims to be an intellectual, but all she's really done is be rude, throw insults, and has yet to bring up anything that could even remotely resemble a valid point in what she's saying.
And they were therefore models for emulation for us.
I don't think I said more human. I said there is something fundamentally human.
You said more human. Yeah.
There's something fundamentally of how humans are before there's a whole heap of religious imposition and a whole heap of totalitarian imposition. That's what I'm saying. I think we can learn a lot from Indigenous societies. I don't think you can say there's fewer of them, therefore they don't count.
That's not what I said.
When they were...
This intellectual woman is now trying to gaslight this guy and is getting flustered that he's not taking the bait. She's trying so hard to get a rise out of him and it is not working.
I didn't say they don't count. What I said is if 99% of a population, if 99% of pandas eat bamboo shoots, it's fair to say that eating bamboo shoots is the standard panda behavior. It's the more panda behavior than the 1% or the 0.1% they eat dog turds for a living.
It says here that this feminist wrote a book where she encourages people to talk openly about taboo topics like race, gender and cancel culture without fear or defensiveness, which is ironic considering how defensive she got here and how quick she was to point out that he was a white man. It's lucky that he's a lot quicker and smarter than a donut who can't practice what she preaches.
In other words, she wants anybody who disagrees with her to be punished. I personally think it's going to be a difficult task to punish 99.9% of the internet's user base, but hey.
I have never attracted any 50 because 50-50 men are so scared. They're like, she's gonna eat me alive. And yes, I will eat you alive. I feel like they're scared to ask for 50-50. Because if they say 50-50, I'll be like, it's okay, don't worry about it. I got it. I'll pay for both of us, but you'll never see me again.
If a woman says she'll pay the bill and you'll never see her again, that is honestly a win to me, guys. I think you have dodged a bullet there.
But I'll pay, and then he'll learn a lesson forever to never ask a girl for 50-50.
To me, it doesn't matter how good a woman looks. Entitlement is one of the most unattractive traits a woman can have.
What's your favorite candy?
Most candies without gelatin in it.
Name one.
Nerds, Sour
Nate,
Patch
just name
Kids.
one.
Sour Patch Kids.
Okay, those aren't vegan.
Oh, fuck off, you muppet.
Russian versus American girls. Do you cook at home?
Да. Но если он будет часто хотеть, то я буду ему часто готовить.
Cook at home.
No.
Да. Особенно парню я всегда готовлю обязательно. И мне нравится, в принципе, для любимого человека готовить.
It's kind of sad to see how many Western women either can't or won't cook. Most men know how to cook their own meals, and it's really not that big of a deal to do that. But modern women find the mere mention of cooking to be offensive.
Ну, он спортсмен, и, соответственно, я готовлю что-нибудь с курицей обязательно.
I do probably like twice or 3 times a week.
Да, конечно. Часто. Картошечка. Запеченная картошечка. Как же без мяса? Мужчину нужно кормить только мясом. Like twice a week.
I say like every week.
Yeah, sometimes. Like once.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Конечно. Обязательно. Каждый день. Завтрак, обед, ужин.
Really value health, so being able to make my own food, knowing where it's sourced from.
One of the reasons why these women are broke is because they insist on eating out for every single meal. It's not just lazy, it's also incredibly unhealthy and a drain on the finances.
Конечно, очень люблю это дело. Готовлю часто, потому что у меня муж и ребенок.
Just notice how not one of those high-calorie American women or woke-looking women mention the husband. And I wonder why.
If you wouldn't date a shorter guy, then that's judging someone based on height.
Well, would you date a bigger girl?
No, because it could change your weight.
See. Oh, that's fair.
At least she accepted defeat.
And come on in, Bonnie. Let's introduce you to the audience.
Okay.
You must already know her, but phenomenal lady, and she got a phenomenal watch for the wrist. Solid gold, Lady Day.
Embrace it in front or behind.
However you like.
Bonnie Blue has done some of the most depraved things imaginable, so it's really no wonder why this man needs to wear gloves around her. Most of us would if we were ever forced to be in her presence.
Stop it. Get some help.
She'd definitely just kick it in the goal, but it'd be her own goal, because that's what women's football's all about.
Imagine paying money for a ticket to watch a female football game only to watch your home team lose the game by constantly scoring on themselves, and they still wonder why nobody cares about women's sport.
Every woman should be able to do 11 push-ups, regular push-ups.
On the knees, okay?
No.
Oh my God.
But listen, you can build up to that. I used to...
Hey, let me ask you a question.
One moment. What's up?
What's on your mind right now?
Huh?
What's on your mind right now?
Now I'm trying to, because this guy, he asked for two double whoppers.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
That's what's on your mind right now?
Yeah.
It needs to be some money.
These women are constantly disrespecting minimum wage employees who are just trying to do their jobs, and they act like they are the superior ones. This kind of behavior is just absolutely disgusting.
Your boyfriend is, of course, a millionaire. He's literally one of our greatest friends. He's one of my brothers. If he wasn't making all that money, would you actually still be with him?
No.
Really?
No.
Why is that?
Well, because I think if he wasn't making money and if he was broke, right? the qualities, the characteristics, the behaviors, the mindsets, and the habits of a man who is broke.
She's trying to come up with all sorts of excuses to say that she just wants to spend money that she didn't have to earn herself. Not like it matters her man is going to dump her after seeing this.
Are very different compared to a man that's making money. Now, I'm not saying that money makes the man, but I am saying that the trials and the tribulations that man had to endure to acquire a lot of money is what makes him. Right? So if his mind's not in the right place, his money's also not going to be in the right place. Now, a lot of people would probably not agree with me, like, oh my God, she's a gold digger then, right? Like, she just is with this guy because he makes a lot of money.
This woman is the exact kind of woman who will wait for a man to become a millionaire and then tell the world that it was her presence that inspired him to become rich. So therefore, his money is hers, apparently.
No, if you were to ask me, okay, but would you still be with your man if he ended up losing it all? Then the answer would be yes. Because if he had acquired it once before, he's already gone through the lessons.
He can do it again.
He can do it again. And if he's with me and I'm by his side, I'm gonna make
he's
sure
gonna,
he gets that shit
he's gonna make
tenfold.
sure.
Exactly.
She was clearly lying when she said she'd stay with the man if he lost everything. She will leave him the second things get uncomfortable and then try to get back with him after he builds himself up. She doesn't know any other way. It's good to see men building themselves up and not letting women like that keep them down. It's an important time in life when a man regains his self-respect.
You weren't giving any attention to me. So
In my mind, I was giving you all my time.
But you wasn't.
Do you feel like you're being blamed for her cheating?
That's exactly what's happening. You're saying I wasn't giving you time. I wasn't giving. That's an excuse. Excuse.
It doesn't matter how much attention a man gives his woman. If she has decided that he's not doing enough, then there's nothing he can do to change that. She has already moved on and is already looking for a new guy. In fact, she's probably already found one. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.